There was a call to reverence and to fear God's holy presence. God is holy. That is totally different from us, separated and set apart from everything else on earth. He is set apart in person, being, purity, even righteousness, and perfection from the universe and from all that is in the universe. God is totally different and set apart. He is a sovereign Lord and a majesty of the universe, the creator and the sustainer of all things that is or has been or ever will be. God is a light, pure, before whom no person or thing could ever stand apart from his will, not without being consumed. Check this out. How God called his people to reverence and to fear his holy presence. Well, let's look at it. In verse 11, God demanded that the people be ready to meet him. But why? His holy presence was to descend down upon Mount Sinai on the third day in the sight of all the people, in verse 11. I looked deeper and I looked at verses 12 to 13. I see that God demanded that his holy presence be acknowledged and respected in verses 12 to 13. But how? Well, boundaries were being set around the mountain, and the people were not to cross that boundary in verse 12. The boundary pictures the great distance between God and man, the great gulf that separates God and man. Any person who crossed that boundary, any person who violated and did not revere or fear God's holy presence was to be executed, put to death. I went deeper and I looked at verse 14. God had demanded that the people be sanctified and consecrated. I want to note this as well, that they followed through with his demand. They washed their clothes, obviously asking God to cleanse their hearts while they washed their clothes. Remember, we said they need to meditate day and night, right? Then when I looked at verse 15, God demanded that the people focus totally upon him. Remember, I told you, meditate. They had to abstain from sexual relations, sexual intercourse during the 3 days of preparation for God's descent from the mountain. Many people talk about that fast. Yeah, you have to fast from something. Some people fast from sexual relations. Some people fast from food. Some people pick something that they fast from so they could receive the presence of God. So that's what it means. My thoughts about this is God is holy. Consequently, one of the great duties of man is that he revere and fear his holiness.